Bitch, why is Theo Huxtable dead? Bitch, I just went over to Instagram. Malcolm Jamal. A drowning? Bitch, I'm gagged. This is crazy.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittany Janae, and in today's video we are going to talk about the legend, Black royalty, Malcolm Jamal Warner. Y'all, he has passed away, and I know everyone knows this. Like, by the time this video is posted, news has broke, everyone knows this, and it's just really sad and unfortunate. But he passed away in Costa Rica from a drowning incident, and so a lot of people have been having conversations centered around the importance of knowing how to swim, right? And so, but before we get into all of that, it's just really sad that we lost a legend, because this was not on my bingo card for the year 2025. This was totally unexpected, and he will always be Theo to me, because I mean, this is like my childhood, like watching the Cosby Show and just watching Theo, especially that we all know that episode with that what was it called, Carl Canab, what that designer shirt that he wanted, that yellow designer shirt, you know. It's just really sad. Excuse me, fix my necklace, y'all, I'm still under the weather. But it's just really sad. He left behind a wife and a child, and so apparently he went out to go for a swim, and about an hour or so passed by and he did not return back. And so his wife did call the authorities, and they did a search party, and they found him, his body, unfortunately. And so a lot of people have been talking about the importance of knowing how to swim. Yes, it's important to know how to swim, but I'm fairly certain he knew how to swim. And so, but it's just like when you're going up against the ocean babes, like, you're not gonna win. And so I personally, I have a deep fear of water, well, deep water. And so, girl, you might not ever catch me out in the ocean like that. Not in the deep part. Now, yes, I have. But I was feeling myself, and I had a little drinky drink, and so that's why I was out there. And then the moment I realized, girl, you are on a yacht and you are out in the middle of the ocean, even though I had on a life jacket, I got easily intimidated, because the ocean is so deep, y'all. It is, and you don't, and like, we've only discovered, you know, less than 10% of the ocean like has been explored. So yes, I got intimidated and I freaked out. And so, girl, it's like, we don't know exactly what happened besides him drowning in the ocean. It could have been a tidal wave that could have like and just pulled him back, and that tends to happen, you know, like when you go out in the ocean and like you don't realize like the water is drifting you further and further out in the ocean, because you start off on the sandy part and you just having a good time or just swimming, you know, and you don't realize how far back you go out into the ocean. So it's really, really scary to think about. And also, I'm trying to think of what it's called, but you know, like when you, I think tidal wave, when you get caught up in a ripple or waves, you know, a lot of people try to fight the current, but it's always advised not to fight against it or swim against it. Just let your body like float. So you get caught up in that current, and they say it's just best to like let your body float and not fight against the current, because the more you fight against it, you get tired, and then you can accidentally drown that way. And it made me think about this story time, and it's not a funny subject, but my husband, he is a very strong swimmer, but he has 2 other siblings, and he was telling this story of like when they were children, and they were out in the ocean swimming. They were on vacation somewhere, and they got pushed. You know, you're just playing out in the water, and you got pushed. They got pushed further and further out into the ocean and didn't realize it, and they got caught up in the middle of a tidal wave or strong currents or something. And their older brother had to go in and save them. Like, he saved the sister first, then he got my husband out. And it's funny enough, because my father-in-law, rest his soul, was out there, and he was reading a book like he always does. You can always catch him reading a book, and the kids were like, wait, like, help, and he's thinking they having a good old grand time, and he's just kind of like, hi. And girl, I'm just looking at all the calls I keep getting. Oh my god, people are so annoying. So anyways, he's like, hi, like waving to them, and they're like, no, help us. And he think they're playing the entire time. that's a funny moment. Nevertheless, they were saved and rescued. Like, their older brother was able to, like, you know, pull out the big muscles and pull them, you know, back to safety, back on the sand. But it's important. Like, the ocean is nothing to play with, y'all. I know it's the summertime, you want to have fun. I know last summer there were issues with a lot of sharks, like especially in the part of Florida. We went to Sandestin last year, and on the last day of Sandestin, there was 2 reported shark attacks that happened our last day, or the day we were leaving, and we were actually at the beach moments before the shark attacks happened. So it's just really important to be careful when you go out to the ocean, to the beach. There's just a lot of crazy things that we just don't really know about the ocean and about the marine kingdom. And I say marine kingdom, girl, let me not go down my conspiracy. Excuse me. Let me not go down the conspiracy route. But nevertheless, you guys, be safe this summer. And another scary thing that I've seen as well is and I'm talking, my energy might be low and I apologize. It's because I'm really under the weather right now, y'all. I just don't feel great. But it's like people are building like sand castles or digging holes in the sand and like are getting like sunk in the sand. I know, something scary new, but I just want to you know, make y'all aware of the dangers that be. But don't live your life in fear. Live your life to the fullest. Malcolm definitely lived his life to the fullest, seemingly enjoyed his life. And it's unfortunate we lost someone, you know, in the black royalty realm of Hollywood so young. He was 54, totally unexpected, and the way that it happened is so like, you know. But anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. My name is Brittany Janae. I will see you guys in the next video, and bye.